Nikolai from Ideas in Motion. This is something called Ideas in Motion. He has very, very brilliant ideas.
First of all, my name is Nicola Nide. We are from Ideas in Motion, a non-profit organization that is supporting entrepreneurs in Rwanda. We build an online platform that is supposed to connect those entrepreneurs to foreign talent from Europe, from the US, and so on. Basically my question goes in the direction of there was this notion about connecting entrepreneurs in Africa, like in Africa, the countries in Africa, but we go the other approach by bringing in foreign talent from outside of Africa. So my question is like, what's the right mix between connecting African people and also bringing in foreign people to nurture like their businesses?
So I think the first question that I would like to address was from Ideas in Motion around, what is the right mix of, African talent that's coming to Rwanda versus talent from across Africa. I think it's really important to define why you're bringing that talent in. I think if it's for market access and local knowledge, it's very important that you bring in talent from across Africa, if Africa is your first expansion country. But I think we also have to recognize that there are a lot of very specific skills that are not yet available, which you would need to then bring someone from outside of the continent. And that's actually a really good thing that you bring them in. The idea of having them disseminate the information to the rest of the team will then become experts, which you will then send somewhere else, right? So I really, really like that idea. So I don't think there's a right answer in terms of what is the number of the right mix, but I really think it's important to define why you're bringing them in.
Somebody talked about the balance, the need for balance between the local talents and foreign talents. One of the failings of projects in this country and other countries is as a result of not having that balance. Because the nuances of the local environment are not known to us from the West or Europe or wherever else. We need to learn from this talent. We virtually have to have a policy which basically says for every single project being done here, we need to employ 20 to 30% of local talent. Have the confidence in employing them. They can bring to you the environmental nuances so that the solution you develop will be an African solutions for Africa, plus global. What you bring to the table is a global expertise. What they can bring to the table is a local expertise. The collaborative model between the two will produce a solution not only for Africa, but for global countries. And we can definitely become like Israel. There's no reason. Right? Israel worked hard to be where they are. There's no reason a Rwanda or a Mauritius or Africa as a continent could not replicate that.
One, I think as long as we have great talent, I don't care where it comes from. I think ultimately, what I would say, we need to create a melting pot of great talent. Local, regional, international, it doesn't matter. Great talent will create great solutions, will solve global problems, and everybody will be happy. So I wouldn't worry too much about the balance, but the balance comes in where I think Prof was mentioning. If you have an all-foreign team, they will not appreciate the local nuances, as you were saying. So I think ultimately, let's get great talent. Let's just get as much talent as we can and solve problems.
But if you're looking for additional skills, and let's say you want to, you want to develop a network of people or Pan-Africa to learn the concepts of Java coding or something like that, right? I think that should be doable. I think that's where universities and governments should get together and think about how we can put together a site for to develop more programmers, right? Maybe Rwanda wants more programmers. Maybe Uganda, wants more financial people, right? So, I think between if you can get a Pan-Africa kind of approach on skilling up and offer that over a social environment, I think that would be good. There's Khan Academy that offers videos on training on everything in the world, so there's a lot of things that are available. And then, there are sites that enable kind of a LinkedIn for skills, right? Where you can, link with somebody in Rwanda could link in with somebody maybe in Germany, as an example, or some other country in the world that has that skill, right? So, I think the technology is there. It just needs a willingness to want to pull this together, Pan-Africa, or maybe just the Northern Corridor countries, or however you view it. So it's not a technology issue, it's just a willingness issue.
idegoafrica.org, realizing ideas together.